My 600 Pound Life is a show which features contestants who weigh close to or even over 600 pounds. Most of the patients are fighting for their life from numerous health problems that come from being so overweight. The show seems like it is always filled with drama and stories of turmoil, but despite all that, there are actually some really happy stories where the patients succeed with the weight loss and get a new lifestyle. Well, in today's video, we will be looking at the My 600 Pound Life best moments of Season 9. So, let's roll. Crystal Rollins.
Life at my size has become a never-ending struggle.
39-year-old Crystal Rollins from San Diego, California, weighing 611 pounds, was on supplemental oxygen. She's a mother of 2 daughters. She wanted to drop some pounds to get rid of health issues such as asthma, high blood pressure, and congestive heart failure. She also faced everyday chores. Her dependence on food started at the age of 7. Her mother remarried, and she also got dumped twice, which led to stress eating. At the time of her graduation, she was 420 pounds. Later, her relationship with mother and stepbrother got better. She was unable to work and was depending on her daughters. Well, she traveled to meet Dr. Now, who gave her a 1,200 calorie a day diet, exercise, and therapy. Within 8 months, she lost 114 pounds in total and was standing on the scales at 498 pounds. Dr. Now approved her surgery and praised her efforts, but her lung issue caused delayance. The doctor asked her to keep working hard, and in the next 12 to 18 months, her surgery will be possible.
You're starting to be able to control your eating habit better, so I'm going to approve you for weight loss surgery.
Frederick Barnes.
Me and my mom fixing to take a trip to Houston since I decided to go.
When Frederick appeared, he was at his breaking point. He wasn't quite able to walk properly, and even simple tasks such as going to the restroom or cooking a meal for himself was causing trouble. So he decided to do something and traveled to Houston, Texas from Florida to seek help from Dr. Now. He made up his mind to meet Dr. Now so he could start his journey. His mother had to help him to get in their minivan with all the seating down in the trunk. Not just that, because of his weight, he was unable to use the restroom during his road trip. In fact, on the other hand, he was also unable to get out of the minivan without any assistance. For the trip to Houston, both had to drive 700 miles. But during their way to Dr. Now's place, they saw so many stopping points in which fast food restaurants were also included.
I'm gonna go get the food. Be right back.
His mother, despite knowing the fact that they aren't supposed to still, kept stopping at fast food places to get junk food. Was she really with him to support him? Well, they knew that Dr. Now would not be happy on knowing that they had stopped for junk food, but they were hoping that while reaching Dr. Now's office, those meals would help them out. Well, he definitely made some crazy, unhealthy choices on the trip down. Since the first clip, we've seen that Frederick's mom is the one who's literally supportive of his weight loss journey, because she was seen encouraging him to walk a little bit every day, even if his walk includes going just to the driveway or at the back to take out the trash. It's obvious that all of that was difficult for him because of his overweightness and pain. After 2 months of the trip, he seemed to get better at his daily tasks. Before returning home, he missed an appointment with Dr. Now, and however, he also needed to have some tests run. But he finally ended up having his appointment with Dr. Now on a video call. During his video call appointment, he admitted in front of Dr. Now that he'd been eating fruits. Well, what's wrong with fruit, as it's a healthy option? But Dr. Now was not happy after knowing about fruits because it was not part of the diet.
What, did you read those papers we gave you that the fruit is not part of your diet?
Therefore, Dr. Now told both Frederick and his mother that they have to make sure that he's ready to really work hard on his weight loss. Though he got upset, he was still willing to lose weight. He will do whatever to achieve his goal.
I tried harder than how hard I was. Try to lose more.
Samantha Mason.
Well, I wasn't really following any kind of a diet plan. I mean, that's my problem.
Samantha Mason was 800 pounds in weight. She struggled a lot to find a way to get to Houston because no ambulances were available. Actually, her episode was mostly recorded in the hospital, where she had to go after breathing and heart problems. After that, she was totally able to be treated with physical therapy, and then Samantha was allowed to move to her home. By the way, this clip is about the argument which took place between her and her teenage daughter. Her daughter seems quite mature as she ditches the truth to her about how her family is helping her and wants her to succeed. This scene might seem like an upsetting moment, but in reality, it's actually a huge turning point in Samantha's journey when her children tell her how it is.
I'm gonna call the ambulance.
Make sure you tell them that you need a bariatric hospital.
Michael Blair.
I'm both relieved and upset because my weight's not as high as I was afraid it could be.
43-year-old Michael Blair was almost 610 pounds. He lives with his wife Kimberly, 2 sons, Xander and Ian. At an early age, he started overeating. He could barely get out of bed and reach the bathroom. It all started when he and his mother moved in with her grandmother and she kept feeding him. He was a victim of bullying, and things got even worse when he was sexually abused during camping. It actually made him believe that, if he turned into a giant, no one would ever hurt him. He and his wife planned for a gastric bypass, but unfortunately, an accident canceled the surgery. After struggling for bypass, his last hope was Dr. Now. Michael seems to be defensive about his weight, and he mentioned that he hates people outside. He also visits a therapist, Dr. Paradise, who asks him to forget about the past. Well, Michael set up a fire in the backyard, which in he threw all unhealthy food. He was ready for a change.
I decided to do a purge today, where I take all the bad food in this house and burn it down.
During his endoscopy, it was declared that he had scar tissues in his abdomen and also had a huge hernia. The doctor did not recommend the gastric bypass, but he wanted to remove the hernia and scar tissue, after which the bypass would be possible. Dr. Now gave him a target to lose 220 to 330 pounds, but he only lost 135.5 pounds. His surgery was not recommended, and he had to work even harder to lose weight.
Without weight loss surgery, that's going to be very difficult for him to do for the long term.
Shannon Lowry.
I hate my life because I'm not even living anymore. I'm too big to do anything.
39-year-old Shannon Lowry from Tucson, Arizona, weighed 739 pounds. She was relying on her husband, Simon. Well, she was unable to walk and was even unable to use a motor chair. She was bedridden, not even bothering to step out of the room to watch TV. Her dad asked her to meet Dr. Now for a better life. She told the doctor that she could fairly move her upper body and was only able to walk 10 to 15 steps. The doctor gave her a 1,200-calorie diet and recommended exercise. Her target is to lose 100 pounds in 2 months. After 2 months, she went in for an in-person appointment with anxiety, but the pressure didn't end here. The most freaking part was getting in the minivan. This showed her struggle. In her next appointment, she was in an unstable condition. The doctor admitted her to see if she developed any life-threatening diseases. He suspected a pulmonary embolism, which is caused due to immobility. Well, she hadn't lost any weight and required 15 nurses for mobility. While staying in the hospital, she lost 70 pounds and was able to go home. Her target was to lose 150 pounds. Her next was delayed due to COVID. After 10 months, it was rescheduled, but she increased her weight this time. She made a lame excuse that COVID was making it harder, and Dr. Now asked to visit after achieving the goal. After 2 months, she dropped 40 pounds. This was not the target, but at least she tried. She visited Dr. Now. He again asked her not to visit until her weight gets under 500 pounds. And well, the episode ended at 700 pounds, but she was motivated to lose her weight.
This past month, I've been doing really good. My stamina has continued to get better.
Cindy Vela.
What's going on with your eating habit?
I don't know, I've changed a lot of it.
45-year-old Cindy was 615 pounds on her first visit. She had a traumatic background of sexual assault at a young age, which made her turn to stress eating. Well, she also shared that her food addiction further intensified after her parents got divorced. When she was 30, her weight was 500 pounds because of binge eating. She was bedridden and was completely reliant on home healthcare workers. By the way, one of Dr. Now's patient's infamous enablers was unfortunately Denise, the home health aide of Cindy back then, because she gave her oversized, unhealthy meals. Things got worse when she started asking her to provide her with food. She was not willing to quit her eating habits. Cindy was suffering from lymphedema, diabetes, and was relying on oxygen support. Her friend Sandy convinced her to visit Dr. Now for help.
Call the doctor. Can you do that?
I will.
It is a fact that asking for help and accepting help are two different things. God knows what happened when the team reached. She started making excuses. According to her, she wanted to think, sort out some paperwork, take a shower, do her hair, so forth, and whatnot. Eventually, all the members started getting pretty frustrated with her idiotic behavior. She shared her struggle with small meal portions and exercise. Also, she lost only 40 pounds when she was given a goal of losing 70. Her weight was back in the 600s by the end of the episode, though Dr. Now was frustrated with her zero effort.
If you don't start taking more responsibility for your life, then there is not much more we can do for you.
That's all for today with my 600-pound life best moments of season 9. Thank you for watching the video.